We welcome you to the Furman County Commission session, and I would ask that if you have a cell phone, that you either turn it off or silence it, please. We'll now ask the clerk to call the roll.
Stanley Dean.
Here.
Lisa Mason. Here. Bill Schultz.
Here.
Dave Van Busker.
Here.
Eddie Clark.
Here.
Cody Steins.
Here.
Johnny Hughes.
Here.
Helen Stapleton. Here. Barbara Finney. Here. Doug Goodman. Here. David Eldridge.
Here.
Angie Fuller. Here. Don Coper.
Here.
Sam Hiles.
Here.
Iris Rutter.
Here.
Gene Sneed. 15 present, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we do have a quorum. The first order of business tonight is a public hearing. And I would like to say before we get into this public hearing, if anyone would like to leave, the second item on the agenda, the rezoning for applicant Peter Tinsley, agent for Tinsley Asphalt, has been postponed. So we will not deal with this any way, form, or fashion tonight. Okay, we'll move along now to the public hearing. And the first is the rezoning for applicant Mary Ellen McComb. And this is for rezoning from C Commercial to R2 General Residential, 18th Civil District, Furman County Property Map Number 60, Partial 6.02, location Swanee Highway, size approximately 2.07 plus or minus acres. Applicant Mary Ellen McComb. Do we have anyone that wants to speak for the rezoning? Anyone to speak against the rezoning? If not, we'll entertain a motion to rezone.
Motion to rezone?
We have a second for the motion.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor of the rezoning, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now we'll close the public hearing and move into the business at hand on the county commission meeting. First order of business, meaning the approval of minutes in regular session, January 17, 2017, book 32, pages 1-108. Special call session, February 27, 2017, book 32, pages 109 through 119. We'll have a motion to approve the minutes.
Make a motion to approve.
Have a second. Any discussion, any additions? If not, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The next is the report of the finance director, page 1 through 20. Report of revenues and expenditures from December 2016 to January 2017. Quarterly report for County General Highway and Board of Education. Do we have a motion to receive and file?
Receive and file.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any questions for the budget director? If not, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The next order of business is under recommendations communication. Dr. Longus is not here tonight. She did call ahead and say that she would not be here. The committee and department reports. First is the Furman County Trustees, interest earned analysis, local option sales tax analysis, legislative committee minutes, and the finance committee minutes. We'll have a motion to receive and file these items.
Motion to receive and file.
We'll have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? If not, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. There's no old business before the commission, so we'll move on to new business resolutions. First resolution is to request unclaimed balance of accounts remitted to the state treasurer. Do we have a motion to approve this resolution 8A-0317?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. These next four resolutions has to do with the multiple year lease purchase agreements on copiers. If there's no objection on the commission, I'd just like to take all four of these at the same, vote on all four of these at the same time, because we're about to get all of this together now. So it's Resolution 8B, Resolution 8C, Resolution 8D, and Resolution 8E. That has to do with copiers, the renting and maintenance on copiers in the county. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion approved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, since this is funding resolution, do I ask the clerk to call the roll?
Stanley Bean.
Aye.
Lisa Mason. Aye. Dale Schultz.
Aye.
Dave Van Busker.
Aye.
Eddie Clark.
Aye.
Chuck Stein.
Aye.
Johnny Hughes.
Aye.
Helen Stapleton. Barbara Finney.
Aye.
Doug Goodman. David Eldridge.
Aye.
Angie Fuller.
Aye.
Don Coper.
Aye.
Sam Howes.
Aye.
Iris Rutter.
Aye.
15 ayes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, motion carries. The next resolution is a multi-year contract for online payment solutions agreement for the Franklin County Circuit Court Clerk. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion approved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Any questions? If not, we'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Stanley Bean.
Aye.
Lisa Mason. Aye. Dale Schultz.
Aye.
Dave Van Busker.
Aye.
Eddie Clark.
Aye.
Chuck Steins.
Aye.
Johnny Hughes.
Aye.
Helen Stapleton. Barbara Finney.
Aye.
Doug Goodman.
Aye.
David Eldridge.
Aye.
Angie Fuller.
Aye.
Don Coper.
Aye.
Sam Howes.
Aye.
Iris Rutter.
Aye.
15 ayes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, the motion carries. The next is a resolution 8G-0317, amending the general fund balance. Have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, we'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Stanley Bean.
Aye.
Lisa Mason. Aye. Dale Schultz.
Aye.
Dave Van Busker.
Aye.
Eddie Clark.
Aye.
Chuck Steins.
Aye.
Johnny Hughes.
Aye.
Helen Stapleton. Barbara Finney.
Aye.
Doug Goodman.
Aye.
David Eldridge.
Aye.
Angie Fuller.
Aye.
Don Coper.
Aye.
Sam Howes.
Aye.
Iris Rutter.
Aye.
15 ayes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, the motion carries. The next is the resolution 8H-0317, amending the Board of Education's general purpose school budget.
Make a motion to amend.
Have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, we'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Stanley Bean.
Aye.
Lisa Mason. Dale Schultz.
Aye.
Dave Van Busker.
Aye.
Eddie Clark.
Aye.
Chuck Steins.
Aye.
Johnny Hughes.
Aye.
Helen Stapleton. Barbara Finney. Doug Goodman.
Aye.
David Eldridge.
Aye.
Angie Fuller.
Aye.
Don Coper.
Aye.
Sam Howes.
Aye.
Iris Rutter.
Aye.
15 ayes.
Motion carries. The next is 8I-0317, resolution amending the centralized cafeteria budget. Do I have a motion to approve?
Motion to
Do
approve.
we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, we'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Stanley Bean.
Aye.
Lisa Mason. Dale Schultz.
Aye.
Dave Van Busker.
Aye.
Eddie Clark.
Aye.
Chuck Steins.
Aye.
Johnny Hughes.
Aye.
Helen Stapleton. Barbara Finney. Doug Goodman.
Aye.
David Eldridge.
Aye.
Angie Fuller. Don Coper.
Aye.
Sam Howes.
Aye.
Iris Rutter.
Aye.
15 ayes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, the next is resolution 8J-0317, amending the Board of Education's general purpose budget. We have a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
We have a second to the motion.
Second.
Any questions? If not, clerk call the roll.
Stanley Bean.
Aye.
Lisa Mason. Dale Schultz.
Aye.
Dave Van Busker.
Aye.
Eddie Clark.
Aye.
Chuck Steins.
Aye.
Johnny Hughes.
Aye.
Helen Stapleton. Barbara Finney. Doug Goodman.
Aye.
David Eldridge. Angie Fuller. Don Coper.
Aye.
Sam Howes.
Aye.
Iris Rutter.
Aye.
15 ayes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, motion carries. The next is Resolution 8K-0317. It's approving a proposal of the Department of Transportation of the State of Tennessee to the County of Franklin, Tennessee. This is a resolution in an agreement with the state to build a new bridge over Elk River. Do we have a motion to approve this?
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The next is Resolution 8A-0317 for nonpartisan elections for county officials. We have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
We have a second.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, did you tell us that came to us through Carroll County? Is that
Yes, I think that's right, isn't it?
okay? Just wanted to clarify that.
I believe that's right. And I don't know how many other counties has approved it at this time. I don't have any idea. Okay,
I'm sorry?
Coffee County.
Oh, copy.
they've approved it.
Mr. Chairman, I know the argument for this is to save money in primaries, but I think it's important to know where people stand on their party. So, I'm against this.
Well, if I could, I understand that a lot of the argument is about the saving the money in the primaries, but from my perspective, there's more than that. You know, we're not Washington D.C., we're not the state of Tennessee. I just don't see the need for declaring an affiliation with Democrat or Republican when we go to Franklin County. And I think it has the opportunity or the possibility of standing in the way of good rational decisions and not following some other kind of agenda. That's not to say that anybody's done that, but why have that in the way? So in my opinion, it's more than the savings on the primary. That's just, I think, the best way to do it in a small community like ours, or for that matter, in the city governments around here. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Well, I think the cities are already set up that way.
Well, I'm just
Yeah.
saying from
Yeah.
a local community.
Well, the school board is too, isn't it?
Yes, school board is too. Commissioner.
I guess my question is, and I don't know that we'll know this, is if you had 15 candidates running for a position and one candidate got one more vote, is it winner take all, or is there a runoff, or how will that happen?
It wouldn't be a runoff. I mean, if it was not, it would be just the
one
one.
person wins.
That's the way it was before the primary ever started prior to 1986.
So that means 30 years, for 30 years, we've had a, really for 30 years, up until 2010, you ran as a Democrat and there was no primary. There was only the Democratic primary for 30 years. That was okay for 30 years up until 2010, when we decided to have a Republican primary. So we've had primaries since then. And it's only once every 4 years that this would come into play as far as the saving money. Otherwise, the primaries are paid by the state.
Well, it would come into, would be every 2 years because your tax assessor runs in an off year. The tax
Well,
assessor doesn't run with us.
that is funny too. It would seem to me like that ought to be lumped into that's another thing that we have no control over. But
No.
anyway, every 4 years it would be a
But it
issue.
would be
in
every 2
Franklin
years,
County.
yes.
Mr. Chairman, what is, I guess, a general figure for a primary election?
I talked to the Register of Elections and she told me that it would be about $35,000.
So we're spending around $35,000 per primary election.
Yes.
Every 2 years, we're spending $35,000.
Any
I was
other
told by the
discussion?
director, I was told every 4 years, that every 2 years is for one person. So that's, unless the state decides to lump that in, that's gonna happen anyway. You're still gonna have that primary. So what we're talking about is county officials, and that's every 4 years.
Well, the tax assessor is a county official and they run in 2 years different from the rest of the county. Any other discussion? Since there has been some discussion on it, I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Stanley Dean.
Aye.
Lisa Mason,
No.
Dale Schultz,
Aye.
Dave Van Busker,
No.
Eddie Clark,
Aye.
Chuck Steins,
Aye.
Johnny Hughes,
Aye.
Helen Stapleton, Barbara Finney,
Aye.
Doug Goodman, David Eldridge,
Aye.
Andy Fuller,
Aye.
Don Coper,
No.
Sam Hiles,
No.
Ira Schroeder,
No.
Okay, the motion carries. We'll move on now to the next item of business is a resolution ADM-0317, authorizing a continuous 5-year reappraisal cycle, memorandum of understanding. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The next is a grant pre-application notification for the Health Department, Access to Health. This is a $10,000 full grant. There's nothing matching, it's 100%. You have a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Any question? If not, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The next is a grant pre-application notification for the library for microfilm reader and scanners. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The next is the fiscal strength confirmation letter. We have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second? This is a 3-star requirement. We have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? If not, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The next is a request for Franklin County litigation fees from CASA Works Incorporated. This is they're requesting that a $45 fee be applied to the criminal cases only if a person is either pleads guilty or found guilty. We have a motion to approve. Now, this will not be, let me say this letter, if I understand it right, this letter is only authorizing us to enter into agreement with it, isn't it? There's no resolution here.
It's authorization for us to
There you
get the county attorney to prepare a resolution.
Right, that's what I was getting at. This is not going to be funded tonight. We still got to get a resolution, so this is just authorizing that resolution. Want to be sure we understood that. Any other discussion?
Mr. Chairman, we have a person in the audience. Wanda, did you want to speak on this behalf?
Yes, sir.
Come
May
forward.
we call?
If you'd state your name, please, sir.
Hank Jordan, I'm the chairman of the board of Costa Work Team. And our request is just to, be considered from one of the organizations that receives some of the victims' assistance fee, and that's our request. We recently went through this process in Coffee County. Our local office serves Coffee, Bedford, and Franklin, and we've done that with Coffee County to receive some of theirs, and that's just our request today. Any
Yes,
questions?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Just to be clear, the fee is only if the person is found guilty. Is that correct?
That's my understanding.
Yes. Or pleads guilty.
Yeah.
Found guilty or pleads guilty. Is that correct? Yeah.
And there's maybe 2 or 3 other scenarios that are.
I got some, I know firsthand that CASA does good work and they can probably do some things that our Department of Children's Services can't do. My thing is, whether they're found guilty or not, we keep adding these litigation fees and we're having trouble. We do good to collect what we get. And now we're, $7 here, $12 there. Are we dead set on this $45 fee? Because we're doing good to collect it.
Again, that's not our request.
As I understand, $45 is non-negotiable.
No,
correct.
No,
In accordance with the state, that's the fee you have to charge, because that was, I'll go ahead and state my concern as the finance committee bringing forward, was that, and this is gonna, I gotta be really careful here, but a fine, no matter who it's on, is something akin to a tax. It's not the same thing, but it is similar in nature. We're charging them, and it so far, it equates to about $70,000 a year. And my concern was not with CASA. They do great work, but that $45 is to be shared across any organization that works to help victims of crime.
No, I think they were listed though, not any, but.
no, they're all listed on
They're all
that
listed.
page.
Okay, but the point is, my concern was that by instituting this, CASA was, at this point, the only one we have interested in sharing in that money. And maybe we ought to advertise to see who else is interested before we approve the fee.
Does it matter?
Well, I would say, we're not, and again, we would love it, I mean, unfortunately, I hope there's no more people that need it, but there are, and we're not just advocating for just our slice or percentage, and I agree. I think that, we're not asking for fees or for any of that, we're just asking to be considered, when you put your.
Understand.
Okay.
This, my comment wasn't particularly aimed at you, it was the legitimacy of approving it, given the circumstance.
And I'm kind of the same way. We're not that we're against CASA. I think they're a great organization. They're invaluable. I spoke with the courts today, and that's their message to us. But one thing too that we have to look at, several years ago, we went back to reevaluate our whole contribution system and how we did contributions. And I think that's something we need to look into. But
We actually stopped doing contributions to a lot of, had nothing to do with victims of crime. It was to communities like the Little League organizations and Babe Ruth and other nonprofits, and we quit doing that. Purposefully, right or wrong, we quit doing it.
There is one way not to pay it. Don't break the law.
Yeah. That is one way not to get.
If I may,
Yes, ma'am, come right ahead. And would you state your name, please, so?
I'm Wanda Strayhorn, Director of CASA. You're okay? This is our chairman who does a fantastic job. Just wanted to add one more item to that. According to TCA 40-24-109, any group that advocates for someone who is a victim of crime is eligible for this fee. And children who have been abused and neglected are definitely victims of crime. We've asked for this fee mainly to sustain the program. The program is vital in Franklin County. Last year, we served over 300 children in Franklin County alone. At this point, we've served 200 children. We're only in the third month. Now, we would be okay because we raise funds, we ask for grants, we ask for individual contributions, but CASA serves this community. And we're happy to share, as our chairman said, with any other agency that provides services to someone who has been a victim of crime. So this is all we're asking today. Based on this judicial legislation, we are eligible for this fee.
What this does, this letter tonight is, it just, it allows us to draw a resolution and establish the fund. Now, we'll still have to bring back a resolution to be voted on before it will be funded. And it's a long list of people here that could receive this money now. But it will still just be $45, and it'll be divided amongst all these people that will come forth and want some of it. So I want to be sure that you all understand it's not everybody that comes up and wants to be added, there's not another $45 added.
Yes, sir,
And
we
40
understand.
$42 goes to the fund and $3 goes to the clerk.
Mr. Chairman, I will make a motion to approve the request. I just think we need to look into it.
You'll make a motion to approve. Well, we'll have to approve the resolution before we do anything. We have a motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion to second. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The next is to dispose of Farming County property from the tax sale. Have a motion to approve.
Motion approved.
Do I have a second? Any discussion, any questions? If not, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. That concludes our resolution business. Now we'll move into elections and appointments. The appointment of the board of equalization, Bill Green to replace William Davis, finished term ending April 2018. Jim Hensley to become an alternate term ending April 2018. We have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any question, any discussion? If not, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The next is Farming County Board of Zoning Appeals. Mike Holmes to a 3-year term ending March 2020. We'll have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
We'll have a second to the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? If not, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The next is appointment of Commissioner representing the Chamber of Commerce Board, which is Commissioner David Buster. We have a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
We have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. The next is the notaries. We have 21 notary applications before you. Have a motion to approve the notaries.
Motion to approve.
We have a second to the motion. Any discussion? Ask the clerk to call the roll.
Stanley Bean.
Aye.
Lisa Mason. Dale Schultz. David Buster. Eddie Clark.
Aye.
Chuck Sines.
Aye.
Johnny Hughes. Kelly Stapleton. Barbara Finney. Doug Goodman. Dave Eldridge. Angie Fuller. Stone Coker. Sam Hiles. Iris Rudder. 15 ayes, Mr. Chairman.
Motion carries. Next, under comments, this is up here, and I'm sure y'all have all got a copy of this, that March is Extension Month. Come celebrate this. Miss Henley here, I thought I saw her. There she is. You want to say anything about this?
I just want to welcome anyone who wants to come down and eat some beans, greens, and cornbread with us. As we celebrate Extension Month, this Thursday, we'll be serving from 11 to 1.
And onions.
We'll have onions, Barbara, yes.
Barbara's bringing the onions.
Can't have beans and greens without onions.
Barbara, you got them.
Yes, sir.
Also, we just learned this afternoon, so everybody knows, Key Springs is in compliance with their paperwork, and they will be receiving the county fire monies.
Good deal. Anything else? If not, we'll have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
And we'll have a second.
Second.
Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to make a comment if I could.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
said comment, so I thought I could. All right, I'm Marcella McBee, and I'll have to say all these things you voted on, I guess, was good, but there's only 3 of them I understood. How do you get a copy of these resolutions and things that you had so we can understand?
From the county clerk's
From the
office.
county clerk's office?
She'll be happy if you give her an email address. She'll be happy to email them to you, or you can just call her and get any of them you want.
I don't.
And it may be on our website,
All
is
the
it?
information's on our website.
That's right, yeah.
Well, good, if I had a computer, that'd be great.
She'll be happy to help you with it anytime you want a
Okay.
copy. Anyone that wants a copy of anything that's on our agenda, if you just see the county court clerks, the deputy clerk, she'll be happy to take it.
I was happy what you voted on, and with the exception of 3 items, I have no idea what you were voting on.
I'm sorry, you're welcome to do that. Anybody's welcome to get a copy of anything we do. I have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Have a second. Okay, all in favor?